was doing her smear campaigns during parties now. Did you guys know that this famous model, suddenly she splashed water on my face and took my wig off, has been here with us the whole time? Yes, I discovered your little secret in the bathroom.
This is the icon of vacations. Icon of the seas, arriving 2024.
From one day. So you got bored of your perfect life and decided to fool us all? Oh my God! I met Marcus's eyes across the room, and he looked super shocked. No, this couldn't be happening.
You're
Just
back.
then, the crowd
Looks like you got the
wild.
intel.
And before they could jump on me, I ran out of her mansion and called
It's a lot
Dad to
more
take me
complicated than
home.
that.
The news instantly
3
reached mainstream
six-armed
media,
giants
so I was
reside
forced to
in
quit
the
school
city
and
in
file
the
a
lake.
restraining order against
2 guard
Rocco
the
before he
statue,
could come looking
1
for me
the
again.
treasure.
I've been trying to
What do
contact
you make
Marcus
of
to
it?
explain everything,
Riddles.
but he never
How
returned my
quaint.
calls, and it was killing me.
Let me think.
One day, my parents
The city
went
in
on
the
a
lake
business
is
trip,
clearly
and I was left
Mondstadt.
alone in our mansion.
As for the
Just then, I
six-armed
heard someone
giants-
yelling downstairs. I walked to the balcony
Hey,
and saw Marcus
that's
being
smart.
held down by my bodyguards.
A windmill has 6
Siri,
blades.
Iris,
It
whatever
fits.
your name is, I just want to
Wow,
talk to you.
that makes
Please.
sense.
Let go of him, boys.
So out of
My
the
heart
3
was
windmills,
pounding hard as I
2
met
are
with him
close to the
downstairs.
statue.
Marcus, what
The
are you
other
doing
one is
here?
guarding-
He just threw a magazine in front of me and said, I
this
want an
one
autograph.
Paimon knows.
Did
The
he
treasure.
come here as a fan or what? I picked
Let's
it
hope
up,
it's really
and
that
while
simple.
I was signing it, he
Silly
suddenly
Sydney.
grabbed my
Come
hand
on,
and pulled
let's
me
go
into
take a
a
look
hug.
around that
I
window.
missed you so much. I missed you too. And I'm sorry for lying to you. I was supposed to tell you that day. There's no need to explain. You had your reasons. I understand. Then what took you so long to see me? I needed more time to think. I was so confused. I have always idolized Iris and always thought that she was the love of my life. But then you came as Siri and everything changed. I couldn't stop thinking about you since the first time I saw you. Really? For me, it was much later. Yeah, okay, whatever. Be the supermodel or the annoying weirdo, I don't care. As long as it's you. I love you. I love you too. Now, what should I call you? I haven't thought about that yet. As of now,
How do
just
I get
call
up
me
there?
Iris. Hi, my name is Sasha, and I'm a popular singer with the wealthiest parents in town. Before I continue, please like and subscribe. Selling out concerts weekly and dealing with fans around the world might sound fun, but you know what's even cooler? Partying all night long. In the middle of my show, I escaped with my boyfriend Theo to go to the biggest island party ever. But when he pulled over to a helicopter pad, my excitement turned to panic. I thought we were going to use a yacht. You know I have a phobia of heights, right? It's a 5-minute ride. You're just being melodramatic. Get over it. Get over it? Enjoy the party without this drama queen then. Babe, come on. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. I just ignored him and stormed off. As I walked back to the city, I noticed a person in a hooded jacket following me. I grabbed my stiletto and yelled at him. Why are you hiding, dude? Are you scared? Don't worry. I don't bite. To my surprise, he just threw a magazine at me and ran away. What the chocolate fudge? I picked it up and realized that it was my magazine with a death threat drawn all over my face. Unfortunately for him, I was
Ooh,
fearless.
let me see what's
The threats
inside.
kept coming over
She
the weekend.
doesn't love
My
him
parents had
at all.
always wanted
The
to hire a
passion
bodyguard
rushing
for me.
through the
They didn't
clear
want some
spring
boring
is
old
just
guy
a
to keep
front.
following me around.
When she's
But this
cold
time,
and alone,
they wouldn't
her
take
true
no for an
heart
answer.
is
When I
revealed.
finally saw my
There's
bodyguard,
another
I
map.
almost passed out. He was the most exquisite specimen
More
of a man
riddles?
I had ever seen. And he
Paimon's
looked
dizzy
just a few years
already.
older than me.
Oh no,
Hey, handsome.
Paimon used
Are
up
you
all
sure
her
you're a
brain
bodyguard
juice.
and not my next boyfriend?
Paimon will
To my
let you
surprise,
have all the
he
fun.
didn't smile
Or
a bit.
you could get Kaya to help.
You look too young for this job. How can I trust
Paimon's
you?
very
Suddenly,
silly.
a ball from our neighbor came hurling right at me, and he instantly caught it with one hand. Trust me, I'm really good at my job. You can check my records.
So where do I
Your father
go?
has
Solve
everything
the
you need.
mystery, go to
Yeah,
Kaya.
okay, whatever. Let's go. He opened the car door for me, and as I slipped in, I accidentally brushed my shoulder on his chest, and oh my, it felt harder than a rock. When we arrived at school, Theo didn't look so happy to see me with my young bodyguard. He pulled me aside and said, Look, babe, I know I insulted you the other night, But getting back at me by flirting with another guy? How could you? He's my freaking bodyguard. I'm still mad at you for what you did, and now you're accusing me of cheating? Suddenly, Damon stepped in. Is there a problem here? Stay out of this, man. Theo tried to push him aside, but Damon pounced on him and pinned him to the ground.
She doesn't
What the
love
heck
him
are
at
you
all.
doing? Let go of me,
The
idiot.
passion rushing
Hey,
through the clear
stop
spring
it.
is just a
Damon
front.
finally released my
When
boyfriend
she's
after a
cold
minute.
and
As
alone,
expected,
her
Theo
true
went
heart
psycho.
is revealed.
I immediately blocked him before he
Any
got his
idea
butt
what
kicked
that
by
means?
Damon. That's enough,
Is
Theo.
this some
He's just
page
doing his
stripped
job.
from a love
Why do you need a
novel that you
bodyguard
just
when you have
happened
me?
to
I'm your
find?
boyfriend. I'll protect you.
Oh,
A
so
small
it's
spider suddenly
not a
landed on his
clue.
shoulder.
No
and
wonder
ran
someone as
screaming.
clever as
Protect
Paimon
my
wasn't able
butt.
to get it.
As I walked down the hall with Damon,
I'm
girls
just
were
joking.
literally
Take this more seriously, Kaya.
Touch therapy dogs.
This riddle is
pulling
hard to
all over
figure
him.
out.
He looks more like
Clear
a model
spring.
than a bodyguard.
Is it
He could be
referring
the
to
father of my
Springvale?
children. He's
Passion
way more
rushing
attractive
through
than
the
Theo.
clear spring.
I really want to feel his
So when does
biceps.
passion
These
rush through a
girls
clear
sounded
spring?
So desperate, but they were right. When I reached our classroom, my best friend Tessa came up to me with my favorite coffee.
I'm scared
Hey,
to answer
girl,
this
so I brought you
wrong.
your-
Such
Damon suddenly
inappropriate
snatched it and
behavior.
started sniffing it.
I
He
feel
then
like it
took
has
a
been
sip
creeping
and
into
waited for a
Mondstadt
few
for quite a
seconds before
while
saying,
now.
Clear. As he gave it back
Unless
to me,
that's
Tessa was
something
glaring
you
at
two
him.
get up
Excuse
to.
me, did you
Oh, my apologies. I shouldn't judge what one does in their own time.
Tessa then dragged me to a corner.
What's wrong
So
with
you're
you?
giving up your
What kind of
privacy
people do you
just
think we
like that?
are?
I can see that he's very
The thing
attractive.
is,
but
if the
something about
rushing
him
passion
screams
isn't
bad
coming from the
news.
clear
He
spring,
even sounds like
then
a
it's coming from
demon.
the people
We have to
bathing.
get rid of him ASAP.
Not a bad idea.
Come on, girl. It's just
Like
his
when
first day.
there's a
Let's
waterfall,
see.
for
But
example.
Tessa was right.
It
They
appears
didn't have a
the
second
solution
of
to this
privacy.
enigma
Damon
relates to
followed
the
me
waterfall
around
behind
every freaking
Springvale.
second. He stood
Only
behind
the
me
clear
in
spring
all
that
of
blesses
my classes,
Mondstadt
and
can
even in
reveal the
restrooms.
passion described
It was
here.
so awkward.
And the
At home,
heart
he'd
of the
just stand
waterfall
outside my
must
door,
refer to the
and
cliff
I
on the left
never
side
saw
of the
him
waterfall.
sleep.
I noticed it
And
once
worse,
when I
he
was
had
out on
this
patrol in
permanent
the area.
ice-cold expression on his
The
face
ending,
that gave me
cold and
chills.
alone,
I had a recording
probably
event
has
one
something
night,
to do
and
with
when I
cryo,
reached the studio,
which can
the
be
guy came
controlled by a
rushing
vision.
toward me. He was
You
about
should
to draw
probably
out
take
something
someone
from
who
his
can
back
manipulate
pocket,
cryo
when
with you.
suddenly, Damon grabbed
It's
his arm
nothing.
and twisted it.
If a
Drop
Knight
your
of
weapon.
Favonius couldn't even
What?
answer a
I
riddle,
just wanted an autograph
how could
from
we
her,
be
man.
trusted to
Damon
solve
let go
criminal
of the
mysteries?
poor guy, and it was
Let's go
so
take a look in
embarrassing.
Springvale.
What's
We'll
the
leave
matter
you
with
to your
I'm a
criminal
popular
mystery.
singer, so you have to get used to my fans. Just doing my job.
No,
Calm down,
wait.
Sasha. Calm
Leave you
down.
to
The next
solving
day
your
at
criminal
school,
mystery.
Theo kept following me around to apologize, but
Bro.
I still ignored him until he said, "My producer cousin is throwing an exclusive yacht party with some
That was a
A-listers
very
this
weird
weekend.
conversation.
She's a fan of yours, and she'd be ecstatic if you came." He had my attention now. Parties were my weakness. Not so fast, sweetheart. Hang out with me tomorrow? Okay, fine. Theo requested not to bring Damon to our date tomorrow, so I talked to him in private. My job is not to leave your side for a
feel
minute.
bad.
So sorry.
I made an
Can't do.
inappropriate
He was
joke.
so firm about this, so I finally gave up
front
and
of
let him come
him.
with us. We went to a private movie theater and watched a super sad
there's a
movie together.
sister.
Minutes into the movie, Theo and I were already crying our
this
hearts
an
out,
answer
while
from his
Damon
world?
had no reaction at all. What was he, a robot? After the movie, we went to a fancy restaurant, and I was having a good time with the lobster until Theo started forcing himself on me. Just one kiss, babe. Come on. Not now, Theo. We're in a public place and people are staring. But he was persistent. Just then, Damon grabbed him and threw him away like a piece of paper. Theo was furious. He grabbed a chair, but before he could hit Damon with it, I pushed him away. Stop it! Right now! Your stupid bodyguard started it. Why don't you tell him to get a life and go home to his mommy? No, Theo. You go home. He was really gone. I turned to Damon angrily. I know he was being a jerk, but I can handle my personal life. You don't have to interfere every freaking second. He was disrespecting your personal space. Your job is to keep me safe, not to meddle in my personal matters. Know your boundaries. Apologies. It will never happen again. I actually didn't mind that Theo got the thrashing he deserved.
I'll keep
but
this
Damon
close.
always being around was just getting on my nerves. A few days later at a concert, I was performing my newest single, and everyone was singing along with me. It felt amazing. Some of them even started climbing up on the stage to join me. Suddenly, Damon jumped in and pushed them off stage. What in the world? He then lifted me and carried me to the backstage, in the middle of my freaking performance. I finally had enough. My parents are paying you to protect me, not to annoy me and screw up my concerts. Your life is in danger, ma'am. You have to treat everyone as an enemy. That is ridiculous. Whoever sends those stupid threats is probably just some harmless loser. Better to be safe than sorry. I complained to my parents about his behavior, but they praised him for it. But he's ruining my career and even my personal life. He's just doing his job, honey, and that's to make sure you're safe all the time. They were hopeless cases, so I resorted to Tessa instead, and she came up with a plan. Test his patience, annoy him, do everything you can to make him quit. You're good at that, you gorgeous brat. I love the sound of it, girl. You're the best. Of course I am. I stayed up at 4 a.m. that night to disturb Damon in his sleep, but to my surprise, he was already up. I need you to get my favorite Starbucks coffee. That's not part of my job description. Do it, or I'll make your job harder. Fine. What's your order? 1 iced venti caramel macchiato with 6 shots of mocha, 1 quarter nut milk, 1/8 almond milk.
Ain't nobody loves me better.
With medium whipped cream and a caramel drizzle with a rose design on top. In a biodegradable takeaway cup with a pink straw. Got it. What? I was just messing with him, but to my surprise, he immediately left. And holy mother of toads, he came back with my exact order. How? Anything else? That's all for now. Later that day, I went to the mall and went on a crazy shopping spree, making him carry all my bags to tire him out. But he was like a machine. I entered a clothing store, and as I tried on all the prettiest clothes, I kept asking for his opinion, but he wasn't paying attention. Hello? Aren't you gonna give me a compliment or something? Giving an opinion about your outfits is not part of my job, ma'am. Any normal guy would have been drooling at me by now. He must be a cyborg. To get back at him, I faked a sprain and forced him to carry me on his back, but he was still as strong as a freaking tank. Finally giving up, I went to the bathroom with everything I bought and escaped through the window. After making sure that I'd lost him, I went to an orphanage and gave out all the clothes to the kids. While I was having fun with them, Tessa sent me some pictures of Theo kissing a blonde girl in a restaurant. At this point, I didn't even care. Theo was trash. I immediately sent him a message and told him that we were done. He was the worst boyfriend anyway. He started calling me immediately, so I just blocked him. Problem solved. Later, I went to a local club to celebrate my breakup, and while I was dancing my heart out, I was shocked to see someone watching me from the bar. Damon! Of course he tracked me down. A cute guy tried to dance with me, and suddenly, Damon came and pushed him away. Hey, listen, buddy, I'm sick of this. If you're gonna keep scaring all the other guys away, you dance with me. I don't mix business with pleasure. Dance with me, or go sit quietly in a corner while I find someone. Before I could poke the guy next to me, Damon suddenly grabbed my hand to dance. Just then, the song shifted to a slow, romantic one, and he pulled me in closer by the waist. It's not so bad, is it? If you say so, ma'am. You can sing with me now, if you say so, Sasha. He had the faintest smile on his face, and my heart skipped a beat. We slow danced as he looked deep into my eyes, and suddenly, his face was so close to mine. Just then, he pulled away from me, like he'd had an electric shock. We need to go home, but it's still early. Safety reasons. Ugh, it was so annoying.
You're in for a little shock.
I saw a box sitting on my bed, and when I opened it, lots of rats jumped out and started running all over the room. Damon saw a little note inside, and for the first time ever, it scared me. For real, someone broke into your room. This person means business. We have to be more careful with him. He suggested that I shouldn't go to school for the next few days for safety, and I agreed. One night, my manager called and reminded me of my concert in Paris the next day. It was my biggest one yet, and I had to go. Don't think you should be making public appearances until we find out who's trying to hurt you. No, I'm not gonna let some creep scare me and make me decide what I should do. This was planned in advance, and all the tickets are sold, and I'm not canceling. Damon was forced to allow me, but on one condition. We had to share a hotel room, so we could keep a constant eye on him. When we were finally in Paris, I rehearsed my songs all night while he was constantly looking out the window. The next morning, I found him still asleep on the couch, without a shirt on. Oh my
Come
God,
a little closer.
those abs. It was finally my chance to know how hard they are.
I'm a bit rusty. It looks like I got carried away.
A picture of a beautiful girl in his wallet. She looked around my age. I quickly put the wallet away, feeling something weird. Was I jealous? No, of course not. Why would I care if he had a girlfriend? Hours before the concert, while my makeup team was working on me, Damon suddenly snatched me away. Can't you just explode this? It's too dangerous.
Windblade!
But you can't. Sasha, just listen to me. I care about you. No? Oh, do you? I thought I was your only client. Just do your job, which is to keep me alive, and let me do my job, which is to entertain you. And personally, I prefer it when you call me ma'am. You got me? Loud and clear.
Windblade!
During my concert, I tried not to think of Damon and the death threats, and it was going so well. In the middle of my performance, I saw Damon in the crowd, and he was smiling at me. He looked so lovely. No, snap out of it, Sasha. He has a girlfriend. While I was singing my fourth song, I suddenly spotted a hooded figure in the crowd, and he was aiming something at me. No. I froze in panic, but just then a strong pair of arms grabbed me and carried me off the stage, and I looked up to see Damon's tense face. Stay here. Don't move. He returned a few minutes later, saying he'd lost the hooded figure. I was still shaking in fear, and he gently picked me up and we returned to the hotel. He tucked me into bed and sat on a chair close.
Kroger Delivery has one mission: to save you time and money when our professional drivers deliver fresh groceries right to your door. And with $15 off your first 3 orders, there's no better time to get in on the action. Mission accomplished.
Bye. I closed my eyes and tried to sleep, feeling safe as he watched over me. Sometime later, I felt him fixing my blanket.
Go, Barrett Bunny!
Cheek as he left. Why did he do that? And why was it giving me a heart attack? When I woke up the next morning, I peeked into the kitchen and smiled when I saw him dancing while cooking our breakfast. It was the first time I saw him looking so human. I felt shy when he turned to me. I didn't have any makeup on. That's the first time I've seen you without makeup. And you look even more beautiful than usual. Is complimenting me part of your job now? Maybe. I knew it. No one can ever resist my charms. Not even my emotionless bodyguard. I wonder what your girlfriend would say about this. I assume you're talking about the picture of the girl in my wallet. Gosh, was he actually awake that time? He revealed that it was his sister, and they grew up in the orphanage together. He lost her because he failed to protect her, and that's why he became a bodyguard. She'd always wanted to go to Paris, go up the Eiffel Tower. I suddenly felt brave. Let's go there then. For her. After what happened yesterday, there's no way I'm allowed to go anymore. Also, no fear of fire afraid of heights. I'm not scared when I have you around. I'll be fine, I promise. He finally agreed, but later as we were climbing onto the escalator at the Eiffel Tower, he must have noticed I was nervous. Are you sure about this? We can just go back, you know. No, I can do this. When we reached the top, I squealed and covered my eyes. You made it to the top. You have to see this view now. I don't know if I can. How about you take a look, and we'll go down? But I don't want you to miss this, Sasha. I've got you. Do you trust me?
This way to the waterfall.
Yes, I do. Okay then. Open your eyes when I say so. I kept my eyes shut as he led me forward, and then suddenly, I felt his arms wrap around my waist. Now, I opened my eyes, and I gasped. I was so close to the edge, and the whole glittering city was in front of me, and I'd never felt safer in my life. Damon? Yes? Have you ever fallen for a client? My smile instantly faded at his answer. No, it would never happen. I can't do my job well if I'm emotionally involved. So, it was just me who was feeling this. He was just being nice to his client. After a week, I had to go back to school for the final exams. I looked for Tessa so we could study together in the library, but I couldn't find her. I sat down to study alone and let Damon stand by the door so I could focus. Minutes later, he barged in and yelled, "Sasha, look out." To my horror, the huge bookshelf behind me began to fall on me, but Damon leapt forward and pushed me out of harm's way, and it fell on him. He was in the hospital for a week, and despite my parents' protests that I needed to stay safe at home, I insisted on visiting him every day. One day, while I was in the waiting area, Tessa came screaming with my favorite coffee.
This moment
but
will be
before I could
frozen
take a
in
sip,
time.
a hand suddenly slapped the cup away. We turned to see Damon and a cop beside him, who suddenly put handcuffs on Tessa. "What are you doing, you moron?" Damon, what's happening? Suddenly, he revealed something that blew my mind. Tessa Tessa was the one who pushed the bookshelf on me.
I've been keeping an eye on her and studying her. That day, I saw her enter the library from the back door. I knew she was up to no good. I'm sure your coffee is poisoned too.
My best friend was trying to hurt me? Tessa, why? And suddenly, Tessa turned into a monster because I hate you. You have everything I ever wanted. Beauty, talent, fame, wealth, Theo. Life is so unfair.
Go, Barrett
I'd
Bunny!
rid of you already if your stupid bodyguard wasn't such a pain. She screamed as the cop dragged her away, and I was left speechless. Damon then pulled me into a hug.
Okay,
I'll be fine. How are you?
I'm okay, but I can't be your bodyguard anymore, Sasha. I just can't fight my defense.
You're in for a little shock.
I'm firing right now. Will you be my friend instead? Without a word, you grabbed my face, finally kissed my lips. I took that as a yes.
You're in for a little shock.
Freeze! Dodge this! Cool it!
This time, the mysteries have all been solved. It sure took a lot of work. But in all fairness, this treasure map really is terrible. It looks like it was drawn by a pirate. So, now... Paimon believes that there is no need. Let's go for it. Don't want anyone else to get there before we do. Like the treasure hoarders Gaia told us about. Anyways, Paimon just wants to borrow the sword to... No, you heard nothing. Paimon just wants to see it.
Paimon's being
Definitely not to become super mega powerful and do nothing but play.
Paimon's being sussy.
Alright, Paimon will save the chit-chat for later. Arcadian treasure hunt, here we go!
Paimon. Paimon.
Dodge this! Freeze! Don't push your luck.
No one escapes by that's cheating!
Always drawing. He takes care of me. With every word she spoke about him, I was falling more and more in love. But then I realized, oh no, without him, she had no one to take care of her. After I walked her home, I went to the market and bought a bunch of food and took it to her house where we both cooked while she told me more stories about him. I always tell him he needs to meet a girl and have a life of his own, but he says he doesn't have time for girls. He says it's because of his work, but I know it's because he takes care of me every day. But there is one girl.
Hey, so what if we have questions about our policy? And what if it's late at night? And what if someone still calls his mom for everything?
I feel like we should have told Kaya first.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
T-Mobile has the new
Paimon
Samsung
being
Galaxy S23
Paimon
for
wanted
free
to
and price lock
look
guarantee. Do you?
at the treasure. And I love Paimon, but Paimon's being a little silly.
New and existing customers get a free Samsung
Paimon
Galaxy
is not
S23.
annoying, y'all. Paimon is baby.
Hi, my name is Nozomi from Japan, and I never thought anyone noticed me. Not until I met the sleeping boy. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's start at the beginning. Like and subscribe. You won't regret it. Growing up, the only person who ever noticed me was my big sister Akari. My mom traveled for work so much that I even called Akari Mom when I was too little to understand what was going on. My sister would take me to school where I would sit in silence and never
This
say a
must
word
be
to
the
anyone
Arcadian
until she picked me
Ruins.
up again. And then
Is it just
I
me?
wouldn't shut up
Or
the
does
whole
it
way
look
home.
plain?
But she didn't mind. She liked hearing me talk, and she
Paimon
liked
gets
playing
it.
games
The
with me.
perfect disguise
Like making
is
me
always
look like
in
one of her
plain
dolls.
sight.
She would also give me a
Kaya's
makeover using her
grandpa's
mom's
shirt.
makeup. Or dress me up as a monster and have me
Oh,
chase her
right.
around the house. Rawr, I'm gonna eat your
It's
head.
no time to get
My
suspicious.
head?
We're close.
Yeah, it's the
Hurry,
yummiest
the
part.
treasure is waiting for
You
us.
really are a little monster. Rawr. When we got older, our mom moved to another country for work.
They-
She asked if we wanted to come, but we decided to stay. Akari had graduated from university
need to
and had a
level
real
up
job
her.
now. So we didn't have much time to hang out. But every Friday, I would wait for her at the train station near my school for when she got out of work, and we would hang out all weekend. And even though we grew up, nothing really changed, except now we didn't play dress up anymore. Now we dressed up for real to go out to dinner or the arcade or whatever we wanted. We had the best life. The only problem was, I was still too shy to talk to anyone, especially boys. One time when we were at the arcade, I saw a boy staring at us. Akari elbowed me. He's looking at you, Nozomi. Go talk to him. My cheeks got so red, my hands all clammy. I suddenly froze up and couldn't even play the games anymore. Okay, let's go home. You don't have to talk to any boys. But you know, it would make me really happy if you tried, at least once, for me. Maybe you can talk to a boy for me. Then I won't have to do any work. She gave me a dirty look, but she was only
Yo,
I
relax.
just had no idea how I would ever talk to a boy. Then one Sunday, the train that was supposed to arrive didn't come. And suddenly, I got a really bad feeling.
Chill.
After 30 minutes, the train finally came. But Akari wasn't on it. I called and called, but she didn't answer. And finally, I got a call, but it was from a random number. Hello? Is this Akari's sister, Nozomi? This is the hospital.
died.
Your sister was in an accident. She's in a coma. All the
died.
air left my lungs. In the hospital, I found her lying there with her head bandaged. She looked like she was sleeping. I didn't know how, but she fell onto the tracks and hit her head. The doctor said it was impossible to know when she would wake up. From that day on, I started visiting her every day. I usually read to her, but one day I forgot my...
These days, you're facing tough choices. Do you solve for today or build for tomorrow? Today or tomorrow?
Cool it.
Yes. Do both with the intelligent platform for digital business. The world works with ServiceNow.
Freeze.
And sustainably sourced ingredients beyond.
Look, so I just talked, and when I left,
Dodge
I
this.
was a nurse in the hallway. If you have time, maybe you can talk to him too. He's in a coma like your sister. I think he was part of the accident. She was
Get
involved.
frostbite.
He was? I think so. But we don't know who he is. We didn't have any ID when he was brought in. He had no one to visit him. I felt so sad. I imagined my sister being here all alone, with no one to talk to her all
Don't push
day.
your luck.
Before I knew it,
Freeze.
I was in his room. He looked a couple of years older than me. I sat down beside his bed and without even realizing it, I was just talking to him, just like I talked to Akari. 30 minutes later, I was finally out of things to talk about.
Dodge
That's
this.
when I realized something. You know, you're the only boy I've ever talked to. You're a really good listener. I started bringing 2 books to the hospital every day after that. One for my sister and one for the boy with no name. Something strange happened after I was reading to him for a few days. Every night when I went home, I would think about him and even dream that we met and talked and fell in love. I realized it was ridiculous to fall in love with someone I didn't even know. And the next day, when I read to him, I tried to push the thoughts away. But for some reason,
Is
I
this
just
the end?
couldn't help but think maybe it was love at first sight. That night,
Where
I decided
are
to
you,
leave
my
the book I'd
treasure?
been reading to him in the hospital closet so I wouldn't forget it. But when I opened it, I saw there was a
sassy.
leather sketchbook inside. I opened it and saw that it
Let's
was
look around.
drawings of people at the train station. Every page was a different
I'll save you the
person.
trouble.
I flipped until I
How
found
about you let me
my
take over?
sister. I couldn't believe it. I
Who's
realized
that?
then that the nurse was right. They must have been in the same accident, and it gave me
Sharp
a
eye,
great
but
idea.
too slow.
Maybe if I could
I'm
find out
Izzard.
what happened, I could find out who
I
he
thank you
was.
both
I went
on
to the
behalf
train
of the
station for his
treasure
drawings.
hoarders.
It was the same one Akari used to come and see me after work on
We've been
Fridays.
keeping a low
I saw a woman
profile.
waiting
How
for
did
the
word
train.
get out?
Excuse me, do you know about an accident that happened
Paimon
here a
won't
few
let
weeks
you
ago?
have the treasure
Yes, I
without a
was here.
fight.
A young woman
You would
fell
be
from the
wise not
platform
to
as the train was
underestimate
coming,
us.
and she hit her head.
My
She
gang
would
is
have died,
just
but then the
outside
boy
waiting for
jumped
my
down and
order.
picked her up.
However,
And as he pulled
they're
her
not
away,
as,
the side of the train
sociable
hit his
as
back,
me.
And he fell
I'm
too.
sorry to rain on your parade,
The boy I had been reading to all this time
but
had
your
saved
gang
my
won't
sister's
be
life.
participating in your
Maybe
current plan.
I wasn't so ridiculous for having feelings for him.
If you'd like to
Maybe
ask
it was
why,
destiny.
you can go see
Then
them
the woman pointed to an elderly
in Mondstadt
lady.
prison.
That older woman.
Or perhaps you'd
I
prefer to
think
join
it's
them
the boy's
permanently.
grandmother. She's been coming here
Nice.
every day waiting for him. We tell
Haha,
her
get
he's in the
wrecked.
hospital, but she doesn't
it's
remember.
Kaya.
I was so sad
Kaya,
to see her
he
waiting
wants
there
to
for
steal
him.
your treasure.
I wanted to tell
Get
her what
him.
happened.
Ugh,
Excuse
almost
me,
had
ma'am.
it.
Are you waiting for your
Oh, you
grandson?
mean the treasure?
Yes, he's
Sorry,
never late.
but there
I
wasn't
don't
any
know
treasure
what
to begin
happened,
with.
But I decided
You came
if
all
she
the
couldn't
way
remember anything,
for
maybe
nothing.
It wasn't a good idea to tell her
Just
something
give it up.
so terrible like
What?
he's in a coma and might never
No.
wake up. But I couldn't
Treasure?
leave her there like that.
Did Kaya
waiting
just
for
say
him.
there isn't any
She
treasure?
had pain and looked very weak.
You
I'm
got me
sure
good.
He'll come home soon.
Didn't think the
Can I
knights would
help you get
resort to
home?
such
I walked with
tactics.
her as she told me
A
stories
thief
about
has
how
no
kind
right
and
to
wonderful
criticize
her
the
grandson
methods of the
was.
Knights of
His
the...
name is Kenji.
Wait, what are you...
You're not gonna
Always
get me.
strong. He takes care of me. With every
Okay,
word she
okay.
spoke about him,
What
I
is
was
this?
falling
I didn't
more
mean
and
it.
more in love. But then I realized, oh no, without him, she had no one to take care of her. After
What
I
a
walked her
troublemaker.
home, I went to the market and bought
You,
a bunch
Knight,
of food and took it
you're
to
not
her
gonna watch
house
me
where
die,
we both
are ya?
talked while she told me more stories about him. I always
What
tell
an
him,
interesting
"He's a
suggestion.
girl, have a life of his
Fine,
own."
I'll
But he
confess
says
and go
he doesn't
quietly.
have
Please,
time
just help
for
me.
girls. He says it's because
All
of
right
his
then.
work, but
Guess I will have to do some overtime
because
work
he
after
takes
all.
care of me every day. But there is one girl he likes a lot. He always draws her. See? She pointed to a stack of drawings. I looked through them all. They were all Akari waiting in the train station. I couldn't believe it. He was in love with her. My heart broke into a million pieces. The love I felt for him, it was all for nothing. And what was worse, if they both woke up, they would probably end up together. I would have to watch.
This moment
Still,
will be frozen
I
in
couldn't let his
time.
grandmother be alone with no one to take care of her. So
push your
every
luck.
day, I would take the train and find her there waiting for him.
Don't push your
And
luck.
every day, we would cook while she told me stories about how wonderful he was. I had to smile,
push your
but
luck.
I wanted to cry. And every night after visiting her, that's exactly what I did. I cried on the train ride home, on the walk, and in my bed. And every day, I would get up, go to the hospital, read to my sister, and then read to him. And then one day, I stopped reading and just talked. You know, Kenji, you're still the only
Surrender
boy
and be
I've
gentle.
ever talked to. And to be honest, the only boy I've ever loved. When you wake up, everything will be different. I'll miss spending time with you, but I hope we can at least be
You're in
friends.
for a little shock.
One night while I was sleeping, I got a
I
phone call.
got a call from her
Fantastic
and
news.
I guess
Your
I just
sister woke up and she's doing really
How
well.
embarrassing.
I ran to the
Having my
hospital
life
and found her
saved by a
sitting there
knight.
eating pudding.
Don't
She
forget what you
smiled
promised,
big when she saw me.
or that
I
thing
hugged
will
her
be
so
the least
tight
of your
she
worries.
begged me to let go.
Hey, is
Before
this how
I
the
left,
Knights
I
of
asked the
Favonius
nurse,
treats the people
"Can
they
I come back
catch?"
to see him again? I'm sorry, but
I'm just
we don't
joking.
allow anyone up here except family.
All right.
I wasn't supposed to let
Let's
you
take
visit
him
him at all,
back.
but I felt so
Sir,
bad.
yes, sir.
Oh, I see.
Captain,
Can
should
I
we
say
take these two in
goodbye?
as well?
She nodded and went to Kenji's room.
What?
When you wake up, I'll make sure
Of
you and my
course
sister
not.
meet again.
They are
Oh,
the
and
ones who
don't
made
worry.
this arrest
I'll take care
possible.
of your grandmother until then.
Without them
Goodbye,
spreading our
sleeping boy.
fabricated
I asked
intel,
if
we
Akari
wouldn't have been
remembered
able to
anything,
catch the
but
treasure
she
hoarders.
didn't. I heard boy saved your life when you fell.
You're a bad
Really?
man for
I would
lying
love to
to
meet
me.
him one day.
Shame on
I'm
the
sure you will.
All right. Stop it already.
By bundling Hulu, Disney Plus, and
Poor
Though the treasure
Paimon.
doesn't exist, you did want it for yourself, didn't you?
Starfighters,
Otherwise, you would have informed me of your intentions, no?
and Atlantis.
That?
Starting at just $9.99
Well,
a month.
let's go. I'm done talking to him.
I wouldn't have done that.
Just a sec. You did help me out, so you do deserve a reward. This is the triumphant harbinger of dawn that points towards victory. As its name suggests, it symbolizes light and victory. If you don't mind, I would like to present you with this harbinger of dawn
The
as a
way of
reward.
making things happen.
Harbinger
After
of
that,
dawn?
Hikari was still too
That's
old
right.
to work, so she
It
just lived
suits
with
a
me.
well-cultured
But I
and
kept seeing
disciplined
Kenji's
person
grandmother every
such
day
as
to make sure
yourself.
she ate and was doing okay.
Wouldn't you say, Paimon?
One day, I knocked on his
Well,
grandmother's door.
if the
and when
reward
it
is
opened,
this harbinger
it
of
wasn't
dawn,
her on the other side.
You'd forgive
It
me,
was
right?
Kenji.
I'm honored to have such an
Hello?
understanding
Are
friend.
you looking for my grandmother?
Yes.
Yes. She
You have
told
my
me someone
apologies
was
for the
taking care of her
deception.
while I was sick,
I will
but she
not
couldn't
use the
remember
same
your
method
name.
twice.
Thank you. Then he gave me a big hug.
What a
And
wonderful
all the
day.
thoughts I was trying to push away
Now,
about
I
being
have
in
to go
love with him
interrogate my
came back.
suspect.
He invited me inside, and
Please
we all
excuse
had
me.
dinner. And this
Do come
time,
visit me
he
at
had
our
done all the
headquarters when you
cooking.
have the
And
chance.
it was delicious. While we sat and ate, I realized all the stories his grandmother had told about him were true. He was kind, sweet, funny.
Yahoo.
Then he asked me to wait while he put her to bed. After, he asked if we could talk outside. I said yes, but to my surprise, instead of going out the door, he went to a ladder that led up to the attic. Wait, why up there?
This is where I go to draw when my grandmother goes to bed. And tonight, there will be fireworks.
He went up, and I followed him, even though I hated heights. He led me to a window and stepped out. He sat on the roof, and I sat beside him, looking over the faraway city. The lights twinkled like stars.
So, how did you meet my grandmother?
Oh no, I hadn't thought about this part. If I told him the truth, I would have to say that I read to him in the hospital. At the train station, she was always waiting for you. Which wasn't a lie exactly. But now that meant I couldn't even tell him thank you for saving my sister's life. Maybe if I ask him about the accident, it will all come out naturally. But he said he couldn't remember what had happened. I felt so foolish for not telling him the truth just to save myself from a little embarrassment. All he did was be nice to me. I decided I owed him for saving Akari. So even though I would be humiliated and look stupid, I would tell him the truth. But before I could, he said,
I kind of remember a little. There was this girl. I think she fell. I was in love with.
I know.
You know? How could you know?
I saw your drawing of her. Your grandmother showed me. You were in love with her. That's why you jumped and saved her.
Actually, no. I was in love with her sister.
I couldn't breathe. Did he just say what I think he said? He looked down at the ground and said,
Every Friday, the girl from my drawings and I would get on the same train. Sometimes we talked a little. She said she was meeting her sister, and she started telling me about her, what she was like. She was cool and funny, and when she would get off, her sister would meet her, and I guess it was love at first sight. Like we were meant to be. Sorry, I must sound stupid.
Good thing he wasn't looking at me, or maybe he would have seen the hearts in my eyes. Why did you draw her sister and not the girl you liked?
I only saw her for a few seconds every day, but I always tried.
Then he showed me his book of drawings, and all the way in the back, there were drawings of parts of a girl. Never the full picture, since he drew from memory but never saw her fully. It was me. I couldn't believe it.
After the accident, I can't remember what they looked like. I went to the station today, but I didn't see anyone who could have been her or her sister. I guess I'll never see her again.
Actually, you're looking at her right now. He turned to me, confused, and then his eyes lit up and he recognized me.
But how? I don't understand.
I put my hand on his and kissed him. Just
won't
then,
let you
the
down.
sky exploded with fireworks.
be blown away.
I looked into his eyes. It's a little complicated. Let's just say I took care of you. I can't wait to get out of here. And right into my shower.
New toner with hydrogen complex and vitamin E. Cleanses deep, but is gentle on skin. Dial up your day.
Let's do this.
All free clear.
Dr. Z, we love your skincare videos.
Thanks. I have such sensitive skin. So, try using All Free Clear as part of your family's laundry routine. It's free of dyes and perfumes for a clean and shut-on skin. All Free Clear, the #1 doctor-recommended brand for sensitive skin.
I was about to shoot my target when suddenly someone appeared from the shadows and snatched the apple away. It was the most popular guy in school, Travis, and lately he'd been flirting with me every chance he got. Let's play a game. If you miss the target, I'll have to kiss you. But if you hit it, then you'll have to kiss me. What do you say? Sure, why not? Everyone knew how good I was in archery, and as expected, it was a bullseye. Deal's a deal, cream puff. As he closed his eyes for the kiss, I called for the school cat Loki and whispered something to it. You can open your eyes now. Loki scratched his face like a wild animal as I walked away, in total satisfaction. Hi, my name is Bianca, and I'm incapable of falling in love. Well, that's what I thought. But before I continue, please like and subscribe. My mom owned a huge chain of hotels, and I was the sole heiress to the business empire. Our family name was well known already, but I really made us famous. Teen heiress seen kissing alleged gangster. Spoiled princess seen at archaeological site closed off for public. Princess Bianca announces to pay any amount to straighten the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Each headline is worse than the one before. Alleged gangster mom. We broke up. And you know my keen interest in history. I had to see that site. And come on, am I the only one annoyed by that Leaning Tower? When will you ever get serious, Bianca? I have a private jet to catch, but we're not done with this conversation. Yes, go to your meeting, Mom. You didn't even remember to wish me a happy birthday, but I was still celebrating in style. I was having a huge birthday party at the newest club in town, but my night was ruined when I saw an uninvited guest, Travis, and he was approaching me and my BFF Carmen as if he was God's gift to women, despite that scary face. Hey, sugar lips, wanna dance? Aren't you supposed to hate me for making you look like Frankenstein? What's love without a little pain? And I adore your feistiness. He was all over me the whole night. Eventually, I had to make Carmen distracted and try to escape, but he noticed and followed me like a madman. I'm not done with you, my love. I turned around the corner and opened the VIP door at the end of the hallway. There were some women suits playing poker, and they all turned to me like I was an alien. Oopsie, wrong room. Hi, Doki. Was the toilet. But may I say, sir, your jacket is really cool. Very vintage 90s. Michael Jackson kind of vibe. Okay, I won't bother you guys. May the best man win. Bye. Travis was nowhere to be seen, so I took the chance to finally leave the club.
I gotta go, Doki. Bye.
I couldn't avoid him at school, and he was being such a nuisance that eventually I got a restraining order against him. My life was finally peaceful, till a few days later when Carmen told me that her cousin from the village would be joining our school. Since when do you have a cousin? Ever since he was born? You never told me about him. I love to collect snake skins and samurai swords in my basement. I didn't tell you about those either. What? Friends should share everything. I think some secrets are good. Oh my god, my cousin's here. I turned to this guy who was walking towards us like he was the king of the underworld. Judging by his walk, he knew he was a fine specimen of the male species. But suddenly, he tripped over nothing and fell into the fountain nearby. And then he immediately got up like nothing happened. I felt like I was watching a comic cartoon strip. Are you sure he's not some hot model you paid to act as your
Traveler, I've been
clumsy
looking for
cousin?
you everywhere.
Nice way to say
How's
he's
that
hot
wind
and
glider I gave you
adorable.
last
He then
time?
spun her around like she was a cotton ball. Carmen, my favorite
Seems
girl.
like
I
it's
missed
really
you
growing
so
on
much.
you.
The guy turned to me,
But
and I was
then again,
stunned.
you
He was even
don't
more
have a
handsome
gliding
up close,
license,
and
do
also
you?
really familiar.
gliding
You must be
license?
Bianca, Carmen's best friend. I'm
what's
Slater.
that?
Nice to finally meet you. Did you just curtsy? And have we met before? No. Is this how city people greet each other? Excuse us a moment. Carmen pulled me out of Slater's earshot. What you doing? Talking to my best friend's cousin? Why does that require you to bring your face so close to his?
Isn't it obvious?
Really
You
familiar.
gotta have
What's
a
your
gliding
problem?
license
I just
to
think
legally
you're
glide
finding
in
an excuse to
Mondstadt.
flirt with him. Now listen up, Bianca. You're never serious about any boy, and you just play with their feelings and dump them. And you're not allowed to do that to my cousin. He's not even my type. Relax. Just don't get involved with him that
We've
way.
been gliding
or
for
it's
ages
friendship
now.
over. Understood?
This is the first
Loud and
we've
clear,
heard
ma'am.
about it.
Since then, the three of us started hanging out together, and I was having a hard time believing someone like Slater existed. Sheer perfection on the outside, but with the poorest balance a human could possibly have.
You've been
He
gliding
tripped,
all
slipped,
over
and
the
stumbled
place.
everywhere.
Everyone's
He
noticed.
even got a black eye while tying his shoelaces. But one night, while I was admiring one of the paintings at home, it hit me like a bolt of lightning. I remembered where I'd seen Slater before. You gotta trust me, Carmen. Your cousin's up to something shady. Mom and I attended this art exhibition downtown last month, and Slater was there. He was one of the artists. We even bought a painting from him. Only his hair and eye color was different, but it was him, and he wasn't clumsy. He must have been a lookalike. Slater has lived in the village his entire life and just got here last week, and he can't even draw a circle. Trust me. I even showed Slater's picture to Mom, and she said it's him too. Now she's contacted the artist to buy more of his work.
So,
and he's
you
coming
came
soon,
looking
and
for
I'll
us because
finally
you
know
wanna
the
give
truth.
us a gliding
You just need
license?
to give yourself something to be excited about. Do what you want, but
No
you're wrong.
way.
A
The
couple
Knights
days
of
later,
Favonius
the
have
artist
strict
called
rules.
Mom to say that he had to go out of town and he'd come to meet her next month. How convenient. I decided not to say anything to Slater and try
You
to
need
get to
to
the
pass
bottom
an
of his
exam,
secret
and
identity.
only then
He
will
was
the Knights
always
issue your
hovering around me
license.
and Carmen like an annoying fly. He was sure to slip up at some point. I'd be watching him. But one day,
Today,
I was
I'm
spying
here as
on
an
him at the gym,
examiner
and
to
after
oversee
seeing
your
him miss
official
the
gliding
100th
exam.
basket, I got really bored. I decided to skip the rest of school that day to get a manicure.
I gave
As
you
was
your wind
walking to my
glider, so this
car,
is
a
my
van suddenly stopped
responsibility.
next to
At
me.
least that's what
Okay,
acting
child,
Grandmaster
would you
Jean would
please
say.
buy some apples from me? I run an orphanage, and I'd like to get some toys for the children. Sure thing. Just give me a basket, and I'll give you $100,000. I was about to take the basket from
What a
her when
pain in the
Slater suddenly
butt.
popped out of nowhere
Then
and
again,
crashed
since
into me.
Amber
Hey,
is
you,
the
who do you work for?
examiner-
Show me your ID. The poor lady looked terrified and just drove away.
I'm sure you'll glide through
Didn't
it.
your parents ever tell you not to take candy
I
from
mean, the
strangers?
whole
What if she
city
was
saw
trying to
how well
poison
you
you?
flew
Dude,
the day
those
that
are
Storm
apples,
Terror
not candy.
attacked,
And who
so
am
I'm
I?
sure you'll
Snow
have
White,
no
and that cute
problems.
granny is trying to poison
But
me because
we
I'm
do
the
need to
fairest
respect the
girl in all the
rules and
land.
glide
This
properly.
isn't funny. You don't know how dangerous some situations can be.
Here,
Oh,
take this
please.
gliding
I swam
manual.
with sharks
No need to
last year
memorize
and
it.
jumped
Just
off
be
a hot air
familiar with
balloon
everything
when
in
it
there.
malfunctioned. I'd laugh in the face of danger.
For
That
example,
lady just wasn't
only one person
dangerous.
per
I
wing
know you're
glider.
from the
No
village and
carrying
probably
anything
think
over the set
everyone in
weight
the city's
limit.
evil.
No taking off
Please,
using an
stop
animal
being a
slime,
weirdo.
and
But
so on and so
Slater
forth.
just got weirder. Like another time, the three of us were at
Anyway,
a
be
restaurant,
sure to
and as
read
soon
it,
as the
okay?
waiter served
I
our
had to
order,
read a
he
load
started
of big,
sniffing
thick books
mine.
too
If you
when
wanted
Lisa
me to
was teaching me
completely lose
magic.
my appetite, you succeeded. What's wrong with you? He
Wow,
also started
that's a
sniffing
big
his food
old
and
book.
Carmen's. That's how we do it in the village.
Carmen
First
thinks
with
we
the food
best
tells
get
you
started.
everything you need to know about.
Great, come find me when you're done. I'll be at Wind
General
Rise.
Soul Sauce for a limited time at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Find the hottest summer shoe
The Knights of Favonius gliding manual does not sound like a fun
What
read.
exactly? About how organically the food was grown, if the farmer sang to his crops and cows. I ordered a giant brownie sundae with whipped cream and sprinkles.
When
Are
the
you
first
insane?
wisp of
Just give me
wind
that. Just
brushed
then, there was
across
a
the
loud
land,
crashing sound next to us, and Slater
birds that
jumped
yearned
towards
for
me
the
and dropped me
sky
down to the
had
floor,
wings,
covering me like a human
but
shield.
no way
He was
to
looking down
fly.
at me, and I was a little breathless, and then I saw
They asked the
everyone else
animal
staring at
god,
us, and we were mental.
"How can we
Apparently, a
reach
waiter
the
had just dropped
heavens?"
a tray full of
To
glasses.
which the animal
my
god
I thought it
replied,
was a gunshot and maybe
"You
some
have yet
robbers
to
had come in. I
find
just
that
acted
which
on
is
instinct.
most important."
Wait, let me get this
As
straight.
the god
So you
spoke,
thought it was
the
a
wind
dangerous
thrust the
situation, and your
seeds of a
first instinct
dandelion
was to
high
save
into the
Bianca?
sky.
Hello, what about me?
The birds
Flesh and
thrust
blood?
out their
Slater
wings,
muttered some
but the
apologies
breeze
while
was all
Carmen
too
kept
mild,
scolding him. Even if he was
leaving
crazy,
them
it
to
was really
stumble
sweet how he
across
tried
the
to
earth.
protect me. One weekend, Carmen
So
told
they
me
went
that
to
she
the
kept these
gorge,
falling apart.
where the wind
Just
showed
wanna
off
cheer
its
leaders
wild and
all
incomparable
over.
strength.
Curious to see how
They
Slater
threw
would act at parties
themselves
with
off the
girls. So I
cliff
dashed over to
and
the venue
flapped their wings amongst the howling winds until they were
Girls looked
able
at
to
him. He was
fly
probably surrounded
freely
by
in the
cheerleaders.
sky.
Well, what did I care? I took
To
this
the animal
opportunity
god
to
they
practice
went
my
to
amazing
gleefully
singing.
say,
I can
"We
buy
understand
myself
now.
flowers.
All we needed was a
Write my
stronger
name
wind to
in
fly."
sand.
In reply, the
To
animal god
myself
said,
flowers.
"What you lacked was not wind,
Say things you
but
don't
courage.
understand.
It is courage that has allowed you to become the first flying
Slater, what are you
birds
doing
of this
here? Same
world."
question for you. I came here to sing flowers, because you know, there are flowers here, duh. What about you? It's too loud inside, and everyone was
That's
acting
a cool
wild. It was
story.
scaring me.
But
Just
is the
then, a
Knight's
huge
gliding
bug came
manual
flying at
really
our
written
faces,
in that
and Slater
style?
tried to smack it away, way, but he ended up slapping me instead. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. My hand is
Anyway,
so stupid.
let's go
Bad
find
hand.
Amber.
Gosh, Slater, why are you so freaking clumsy? I don't know, just born that way, but I guess